What's up, guys? I got a brand new video for you today. This is exciting. This is something new. We got Photoshop and Lightroom updated, and they can now work together. So you can do round trips. You can actually edit your raw files in Lightroom, move them over to Photoshop, do retouching, manipulation, stuff like that, save them out, or take them and bring them back into Lightroom if you want to do that. So that's pretty cool. I'm gonna make this video short and simple. Let's get into it. All right, first things first, two brand new icons. Lightroom, Photoshop. They look almost the exact same color now, but whatever. Two new icons, look a little different. If you watched my Photoshop for iPad video that I made 6 months ago, I actually imported PSDs, and that's because Photoshop doesn't allow you to import the raw files. But Lightroom, you can import the raw files. So I imported a bunch of raw files from an SD card, but the cool thing is now we can import them into Lightroom, make our adjustments, and then dump them over to Photoshop and finish up touch-ups and a little bit of edits and different manipulations you can do in that program, which you can't do in this. And that's what most of us do on the desktop version. So it's pretty cool that it's come to the iPad finally. So let's jump right in. I'm just gonna open up a raw file here. Let's go with this one. Yeah, so you got all your options in Lightroom. I'm sure you've probably seen a million tutorials of Lightroom already, where you can adjust all your settings in here, just like the real version of Lightroom. I'm gonna open up a preset here, some of my presets. I'm gonna go with this preset. These presets are coming for sale soon. I promise. I've been saying this for like 6 months. I've been working on these. They're kind of in their beta stage where they're almost done, and they will be available soon. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, we're gonna go with this preset, and I'm just gonna brighten this up a little bit and adjust the color balance here to be a little bit warmer. And it looks pretty good. I think we should dump it over to Photoshop because that's what you're here to see. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go like this, and we're gonna go edit in Photoshop. It's gonna render this out and move it over to Photoshop. All right, so here we are in Photoshop. It just moved it over. And the cool thing is, you see at the top here, it says send to Lightroom. You can actually make your edits and send it back to Lightroom if you wanted to. So that's pretty cool. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna do is duplicate this layer. Duplicate, and we're just gonna work on this layer. And I'm gonna punch in here, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pop these eyes out because I feel like they're not popping enough. I'm gonna do the selection tool here. I'm just gonna select the eye. I'm gonna go here to my layers and this one, and I'm gonna make a clipped adjustment layer. And this is pretty cool because if you watched my older Photoshop for iPad video, a lot of these adjustment layers weren't here yet because it was still like the first version of the app. Finally, they've added some things to it that we need, like curves. So we now have the ability to adjust the curves, which is pretty cool because this is exactly what I would do in Photoshop if I was working on the eye. So here I can pop up and this is typically what I would do to actually enhance the eyes in real Photoshop. So it's pretty cool we can do this. So I'm gonna actually duplicate this layer. I'm gonna move it over to the other eye. And then obviously I can kind of adjust this after the fact. I don't really think this matches properly. So I'm gonna come in here with the black paintbrush. And what size is my paintbrush right now? I'm just gonna go kind of around the eye here because all we really want is the dark part of the eye to pop out a little more, not so much the white part. So now we can actually come in here and do some skin touch-up, some skin retouching. And she has pretty good skin, there's not too much going on. So we'll use the healing tool here. Just come in and basically draw these out. And this is the best thing about the iPad. This is the easiest way to do retouching, in my opinion, compared to actually using a real computer. If you want to make some more adjustments, like the color tone and stuff like that, we could add another adjustment layer, and we could just do color balance. And we can warm it up a little if we feel like it's not warm enough. I don't want to change it too much because I really like how the preset looked on this, but say we wanted to make her skin just a little bit more warmer. The other cool thing is we could adjust skin tone, but not affect the hair. And you could do that by just doing a selection, which is really cool too. So we could come into the color balance adjustment here and actually take the paintbrush. And as long as we're on this actual layer, and just paint where the hair is. I'm gonna make this brush a little bit bigger. And as you can see, it's now actually making her hair look a little bit more duller, and that's because it's not using the actual color balance that we changed. This is kind of like making a little mask right now. So now any adjustments we make to this adjustment layer won't change her hair. So if we wanted to keep her hair this color, we can do that. So as you can see here now, we've got a nice little mask. That's her hair. And yeah, like I said, we can make our adjustments now. And now anything we do won't affect her hair. So of course we could get crazy with this. We could do all kinds of different layers, change the background, change her eye color, anything you want to do. It's Photoshop, you can manipulate it. Obviously it's still missing a lot of things, which I wish it would have. If you come in here and you go to the effects, still says features not supported yet. Smart filters still not supported. Things like that that are just still not fully added to this. Obviously we have a few things. There's no way to do frequency separation, which is something I don't do anymore, but I know a lot of people ask me about. WWDC was just today and they announced a bunch of new stuff for iPad OS 14. So I have a feeling that things are just gonna get a little bit more crazy and that obviously Photoshop for iPad's gonna keep getting better and better. So we can export this, publish and export to a JPEG, PNG, PSD, or TIFF, quality full. As I showed before, you could actually export it back to Lightroom if you wanted to. Go export, boom, export it as a JPEG. And now this will be in the camera roll. And yeah, just want to make this quick little video, just kind of showing you how Lightroom works with Photoshop now, how you can go back and forth between the two, which is really awesome. Something I like to see because that's something we do on the desktop every day. And yeah, obviously you can get crazy with this. This is just simple. Thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you dislike this video, give it a thumbs down twice. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. See you guys in the next one. So first things first, grab my pen. And so in my Adobe, especially for people, what am I, 5? If you watch my iPad for iPad together, round trips, work from Lightroom, work from Photoshop. Thumbnail.